Friends, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe to my channel to get notified for all the latest videos we will be uploading related to C Sharp interview questions for beginners to expert. In the part 1, we have learned about what are the abstract class and when to use abstract class. And now in this session, we will learn about what is the difference between abstract method and virtual method, and also what is the difference between abstract class and concrete class. So we will start with the difference between abstract method and virtual method, because to learn about the difference between abstract class and concrete class, you must know about the abstract methods and virtual method. So that's why we are keeping this first. So what is the abstract method? Abstract method, as we have learned already in our previous video. If you want to learn more about that, you can go to my previous video. So what are the abstract method? These are the methods resides in the abstract class only, and it has no body. Abstract method must be overridden in child class. And now virtual method. Virtual method can reside in abstract class as well as the non-abstract class, or we call that concrete class. Virtual method is not necessary to override basically in the derived class. But as we discussed above in the abstract methods, if you have any abstract method in the abstract class and you are overriding that, basically you are inheriting that abstract class to any other child class, so this method must be override. But virtual method is not required to be override. It is as per the need of the class or this child class. And the third point in the virtual method is it must have body and basically can be override by override keyword. In the abstract method, we don't have the body. In the virtual method, we must have body. So you don't need to worry much about this definition if you are not super clear with this. We will learn more about this with the real time example. So here we come. In the earlier session, we have already created one abstract class named bank. So in this class, as we have seen, there are two known abstract method and one abstract method. So if we want to know about the difference between abstract method and virtual method, so we can start with this. So abstract method can be declared in the abstract class only. Okay. So say for example, there was one method that is the interest rate. So that is the abstract method. Abstract means we are basically hiding this method right now. We are not defining the body. So that's why this is called abstract method. And as per our example, we have taken in the abstract class, there is a bank. Okay. So there are that is handling multiple banks like HDFC Bank, SBI Bank. So these both banks have some features common and some features different. Like these two features were common for both the banks. Has current account, has saving account. So both of these bank has this features. Like they both open the current account and saving account. But when it comes to the interest rate, so HDFC Bank offers 4% interest rate and SBI Bank offer 4.5% interest rate. So for that reason, in the abstract class, parent class, we have added two non-abstract method, so which we can normally use by just inheriting the abstract class in the other two classes, HDFC Bank and SBI Bank class. But for the third method, that is abstract method, so we have just basically declare it and we are overriding this in our child class, that is the HDFC Bank and SBI Bank, and we are defining the body here. So this is what we have learned in the previous video as well about the abstract class and the abstract method. So in this session, we are also learning about abstract keyword, abstract method and virtual method. So abstract method you have seen here that abstract method is declared by the abstract keyword and to it does not have the body. So you can see it does not have the body. And also to define this, we are basically overriding this method with the override keyword and we defined this in the child class. Okay, so this is clear. Now we go to the virtual method. So first thing is virtual method. We are taking example of a concrete class. So same like this example, I have taken another example. I have just named the class as a bank concrete class, and you can see this is not the abstract class. This is our concrete class, regular normal class. So in this also we have two methods, as current account and has saving account, and the third method we are using as a virtual method. Okay, and the first difference come here between the abstract method and virtual method is virtual method must have body. In the abstract method we don't have define the body. Okay, so this is the first difference. So this is clear that virtual method must have the body when we are defining and declaring it, but for the abstract method we just have the declaration. And now second difference is, say for example, the same example we have taken, there are two other banks. They want to inherit these operations which we are doing in this parent class, bank concrete class. So they just normally inherit this class, bank concrete. So now they are able to use all these methods because they are inheriting this class. Okay, but now the interest rate is varying for these bank, Axis Bank as well as the ICICI Bank. So Axis Bank says I will give interest rate 3%. By default in the parent class, bank concrete class, we have said we offer interest rate 2.5%, but Axis Bank says I will offer 3%. So that's why we are overriding this interest rate method. So virtual method need to be override if we want to. Otherwise, if we don't override, so this is fine. Once we are inheriting this bank concrete class, so we are inheriting all the methods. Okay, but if we want to override this definition for any method, so we need to define that method as a virtual method. So these two methods were good to me for these two uh, these two classes, Axis Bank and SCCA Bank. But for this method, I was not sure that all the other classes who will inherit this class, they will offer the same interest rate. So that's why I have used the virtual keyword. Because once we have used the virtual keyword, we can override that method. Okay, if I want to override this method, I cannot because there is no virtual keyword. If we need to override any method, we need to define the virtual keyword or we need to use the abstract keyword. Okay, so now as we have used the virtual keyword here, so this is the virtual method, so we can override this method in the child class. So now in this Axis Bank we are overriding interest rate and we are saying Axis Bank says I will offer interest rate 3%, and there is another bank come, that is the ICICI Bank. So it will again inherit this same concrete class, bank concrete, and it will say I will offer interest rate 3.5%, and this is again it is overriding our virtual method, that was the interest rate method. Okay, so here we have seen some differences between the abstract method and the virtual method. So the if we basically summarize all these things, so the first difference is abstract method does not have the body and the virtual method will have its own body, must have its body. And the second difference is abstract method can be taken in the abstract class only, but virtual method can be used in the concrete class, and we can take the virtual method here as well in the abstract class also. So virtual method can be used in the abstract class as well as the non-abstract class, but abstract method can be used in the abstract class only. And now the third difference is a major difference. So if we have defined any method as a abstract method, okay, and we are inheriting that class where the abstract method is, say in this example the bank class, so we must override this method. Okay, so here you can see I am overriding this interest rate, but for some reason if I forget to override, so you can see the compiler will give me error. It says we have not defined the we are not defining the basically interest rate method, that is abstract number. Okay, we need to basically implement this. So this is basically the purpose of the keeping the method as a abstract method. If we have any method as a abstract, so it must be defined in our child class. Okay, but now when it comes to the virtual method, so it is as per the twice. If Axis Bank is okay with the this definition, so it will not override this. So here you can see, if I will not even take this, it will be fine. I can just basically inherit this bank concrete class, and I can simply use all the methods with their definition. I don't need to override any definition. Okay, so these are the differences between abstract method and the virtual method. So hope you guys are clear now with the differences between abstract method and the virtual method. So now second part, if we continue, we need to also learn about here what are the difference between abstract class and concrete class. So now here we can see the difference. Abstract class cannot be directly instantiated using the new keyword. A concrete class can be directly instantiated using the new keyword. So we cannot create the instance of the abstract class, but yeah, we can create the instance of a concrete class. And the second is abstract class may or may not contain abstract method, and concrete class cannot contain abstract method. So these things we have already learned while we were discussing about the abstract method and virtual method, but we will see this thing with the example again. So here we already have in our example one abstract class and one concrete class. Concrete class means to be where we don't have the abstract keyword. So that is our normal class where we don't have any keyword as such. So that is our concrete class and this is our abstract class. So now if someone asks you a difference, because when I started this example, I have said that when to use the abstract class. So abstract class is used when there are some methods which are non-abstract, like where I can define the body, and there are some methods which are abstract where I don't want to define the body, so I will go with the abstract class. But in the example where I have all the definition, so in that case I normally go with the regular class. Okay, so this is one the normal difference when we should choose the abstract class. And the second part is basically we can create the instance of this bank concrete class, but we cannot create the instance of the abstract class. So let me show you an example. If I want to try to create the instance of this abstract class, so here you see that error comes. So you cannot create instance of the abstract class. So we cannot create instance of this bank class. But if there is any need, I want to create instance of this bank concrete class. So here you can see I can simply create instance of this bank concrete class. Okay, so this is the another difference between abstract class and the concrete class. Okay, and now the more differences we have already seen that the concrete class basically cannot have the abstract method. Okay, but the abstract class can have the abstract method or cannot have the abstract method. It is as per our need. Okay, so yeah, and also you can see one thing here is actually with both example. So you might be thinking that I can go with the concrete class as well and I can go with the bank class as well. As per this example, I can choose any of them because both of these are basically filling my need. Okay, so I'm able to fulfill my need with the concrete class as well as I'm able to fulfill my need with the abstract class. But this is not true, because if there is any situation like if you for example forget here to override this method, even here the compiler will basically prompt you that you need to define this member. Okay, so there is a basically definite chances that you are basically always overriding the abstract methods, because if we have the abstract method in the abstract class, so they always need the definition in the child class. So in that case you are always defining those methods in the child class, and also you are definitely able to use the non-abstract method. But here in the concrete class is somehow you forget to define the basically virtual method, to override the virtual method. for example like this, then you will be using the wrong data. That is the within the parent class that was 2.5%. Okay, so this is the another good reason why we should use the abstract class when we are basically want to have basically common functionality in the parent class. Okay, so in the common functionality mean in the concrete class also we have the common functionality we have noted, we have basically placed, and in the abstract class also. But abstract class is more beneficial because if we are missing to override this abstract method, the basically it prompt us from the basically compiler that you need to override this definition, and there is definitely no any chance that we are not defining our interest rate specifically to this these banks uh, who are inheriting the abstract class. Okay, so yes friends, so these are some differences between the concrete class and the abstract class. So now we can run basically this application as well. So in the program file in the main method, I have basically added these details for the banks where which are basically using the abstract class, and then these are the two banks Axis and ICI who are basically using the concrete class. Okay, so now if we run this example, we can see the things in action as well. So here the first bank is HDFC Bank. Okay, and the HDFC Bank is here. Okay, and the HDFC Bank is over inheriting this abstract class, and it is basically calling first these two non-abstract method. Has current account? HDFC Bank says yes. We open current account. And second is has saving account. HDFC Bank says yes, we open saving account. And when it comes to interest rate, HDFC Bank is overriding this definition of the abstract method, and here interest rate is 4%. And same goes to SBI Bank. It is again inheriting the bank class which is abstract class. And then these two methods are non-abstract, and then SBI Bank also defining these definitions. Yes, we open current account. Yes, we open saving account, and it is overriding the definition of interest rate, that is interest rate is 4.5%. So this is using the abstract class and inheriting that class. And now second is this concrete class. So here we have basically Axis Bank and ICICI Bank. So Axis Bank is inheriting this concrete class, bank concrete class, and then as per that, if we come, so Axis Bank says yes, we open current account. Yes, we open saving account. And our interest rate is 3%. And now next is this ICICI Bank. So ICICI Bank is also says yes, we open current account. Yes, we open saving account, as it is also overriding this virtual method interest rate. So it comes to 3.5%. So now let's play with this. If I'm just stopping this, and then here what I do in the concrete class, as I told you, there is definitely possibility if somehow I'm not overriding that virtual method. Okay, and then I just basically inherited this bank concrete class. So now what happens? So now here you can see the abstract class is same, the all that information is same, we have not changed anything here. But in the concrete class we have basically Axis Bank has removed that override definition. So now it says yes, we open current account, yes, we open saving account, and interest rate is 2.5%. And same goes to ICCI Bank. It also basically not overriding the definition of virtual method, and it is also says yes, interest our interest rate is 2.5%, which might be correct or which might not be correct. Okay, but if there was like the common thing, then it is correct. But if there was some reason that they have taken this method as a virtual and they need to override for like for sure, but if they missed to override, then actually the information will be incorrect. So if you have that choice in your application that you always need to override some definition, and then you want to have some method as a common, so you should always go with the abstract class. So I think this is clear to you now, guys. If you have any questions or any queries, please ask in our comment section. We will definitely respond to you in timely manner. Thank you, friends. Please keep watching my more videos for having other C Sharp interview questions. Thank you.